Hey, I'm back with another video. Welcome to my channel. This is Hope Speaks 7K. My name is Dania and my middle name is Esperanza, which means hope. There are moments in life when something so precise, so perfectly timed, and so impossible to explain happens that you just know it didn't come from this world. People call it manifestation. Some call it divine timing, others call it messages from the other side. But whatever name you give it, the truth is the same. Love doesn't end at death. Connection doesn't end at death. And sometimes heaven finds a way to send a gift exactly when you need it. Countless people have experienced moments like these. A message that arrives in a dream, an object that shows up in an impossible way, a sign so meaningful it feels like a whisper from someone who has passed on. These experiences don't come with explanations. They come with presence, they come with peace, they come with the undeniable feeling that you are being watched over, guided, protected, and loved. This is the kind of story that reminds us that our prayers are heard. What we ask for can manifest in ways we never expect, and our loved ones continue to walk with us long after they leave this physical world. What you're about to hear isn't superstition. It isn't coincidence. It's a real life example of what happens when the spiritual world and the physical world meet. When the heart cries out for something and heaven answers. There are moments in life when you are so broken, so overwhelmed, so exhausted that you no longer know how to pray, and yet something sacred still manages to reach you. My journey began with loss layered on top of loss. My husband Reggie was only 30 years old when he became sick with a brain virus and rapidly progressing inflammatory disease. For 9 long months, I watched him decline, searching everywhere for help, doing everything I could to save him. I read the Bible to him while he laid in a hospital bed that replaced our once upon a time queen-size bed. I slept in a chair turned into a small bed right next to him. Even though he didn't believe in God, I still opened it and read whatever caught my attention, and quite often it soothed our soul. But one day, a passage moved him so deeply that tears streamed down his face, a moment of spiritual awakening in the middle of suffering, a moment I will never, ever forget. After he passed away, I went into a Bible store looking for a Bible like the ones I had in Catholic school as a child, because all the Bibles I read that we had at home were in the old King James Version. And when I didn't know a passage, I looked for it and researched it so that I can understand it. As I was in the Bible store, I saw a perfect one, a simple, beautiful blue Bible. I admired it for a long time, flipping through the pages for about 45 minutes. It felt familiar, it felt comforting. But as I walked towards the counter, something inside of me said, "Put it back. You're going to receive it as a gift." The feeling was so strong, so strange, that I listened. I put the Bible back and walked out empty-handed. I didn't know that moment would follow me for years. Life didn't get easier. I suffered a mini stroke after a series of traumatic events, including seeing signs of the same devastating disease in my son. The disease that had taken my husband and his aunt. I took time out of work to recover and care for my son, and in the middle of that pain, I volunteered 4 days a week at a small vitamin and health food store to help Yolanda, an old family friend, a woman who helped me in my time of need, a spiritual warrior. While helping her, I learned how to nourish my son with foods that eased inflammation. I was healing him while trying to heal myself. During this time, I kept asking Yolanda to bring a Bible so I could read during my breaks. She kept forgetting. Every day I asked, every day she said, "Oh, I forgot again." And then the moment happened. One day, as I was cleaning the bottom shelf of a glass display, I heard someone burst through the door yelling, "Who wants this Bible?" in Spanish. ¿Quién quiere esta Biblia? I stood up, and there it was, the exact blue Bible I had seen years earlier in Connecticut. The same size, the same color, the same everything. I jumped up, ran around the counter, and took it before she could even think. The woman looked angry, and she explained that she had severe rheumatoid arthritis, an inflammatory disease similar to my son, and was moving to Puerto Rico to escape the cold. She had been faithful her whole life, helping her church and community, but the suffering had broken her belief in God. She was giving away all her Bibles as she packed to move. Her son, who had just gotten his license, was driving her around town so he could practice. And somehow, out of every person she approached, and going from one town to the other and all the stores in Rhode Island, she walked into the exact store where I was volunteering, carrying the exact Bible I had prayed for, I had asked for, I had waited for without even realizing it. When I told her my story about my husband, my stroke, my son, the Bible I left behind 5 years earlier, her face softened. I called Yolanda to come from the back of the store so she could see the Bible I wanted and how it just manifested itself. Then she asked her son to come inside so he could hear the story as well. Both of them were moved, almost stunned. She signed the Bible and dedicated it to me before she left. And that is how the Bible found me. What do we call this? The beauty of this story is that it doesn't demand one explanation, it offers many. Manifestation, I asked for a Bible during the most difficult time of my life. I trusted my intuitions years earlier. I held faith in my heart even while grieving, and in the exact moment I needed comfort the most, the Bible came to me. A message from God, the one object I asked for repeatedly, the one book that connected my past, present, and pain, was placed directly into my hands by a stranger who needed healing too. A gift from my husband? He cried at a scripture before he died. A moment of spiritual awakening. A divine appointment. Two women with parallel stories of pain, inflammation, loss, and faith crossing paths in a random store in another state. Crazy coincidence? Statistically impossible? Emotionally undeniable? Spiritually transformative? Or something else entirely? Something that lives in the space between heaven and earth. Something we don't have words for. What do you think this means? Share your thoughts with me. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thank you for being here and watching till the end.